What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure fix-up. Today we will be fixing up the NECA Aliens Ultimate Collection Big Chap Xenomorph. So as many of you guys may recall, I did purchase the NECA Ultimate Big Chap Alien, which was a pretty good figure with the exception of some loose joints. We do have some loose joints in the knees. The right knee is of course worse than the left. And then we also do have a loose hip, loose head. So we're actually going to fix up this figure somehow. How are we going to do that, you might ask? Well, I actually did go out and purchase two remedies for this. I did pick up D-Star's Fixer Elixir Joint Compound, and then I also did pick up Kiki's Action Figure Joint Fixer. So we do have two different options on how to fix joints. What we're basically going to do is use one side is going to have Kiki on it, one side is going to use D-Star's Fixer Elixir on it, and then we'll see which one works better and which one you would want to spend your money on. Now I have heard that they're about the same, so we're actually going to test that out here. We're going to open them up and then we're actually going to start applying them to the Xenomorph. So sit tight everyone while I get these opened up. So first we will be applying the Kiki into the knee of the Xenomorph, and which part was it? It was up here. Up here is kind of loose, so we're just going to apply a little bit for right now. We're just going to do a small application right inside there. Try to get it all in there. And then it says to move the joint around a little bit, so we'll actually see how well that works. You can see it's relatively loose and it's actually getting tighter. Wow, that worked so fast. That worked wonders. I wasn't expecting it to work that fast, but oh wow. Okay, let's apply just a little bit more right in here. That was one thing I really wasn't expecting. I didn't think that Kiki's would fix it up. Look at that. No more loose knee. Oh, that's really impressive. I'm so glad that actually worked. And so yeah, that worked wonders. Ooh, that's almost perfect. That really did surprise me. I wasn't expecting that to work so fast the way it did, and that is really nice. So let's actually try to fix this part of his knee. And doing this on camera isn't the easiest thing. I might have to take him off camera really quickly. Just get some of that inside the joint. Right there. Move that around a little bit. So the Kiki actually did go into the joint nicely. And both of them do say to wait 24 hours after applying them. So we're actually going to hold off the rest of the video and see how each one does after the 24 hours. But that is so much better. That's actually working like a charm. We might just use this on him, but moving on, he did have a loose hip, so we'll apply some right into the hip joint right here. Spread those Xenomorph legs apart a little bit, and then we'll just apply very liberal. We don't want to overdo it, so we'll just let that soak in. Move the joint around, get it all nice and up in there, and that's actually getting tighter, and I might not even have to. Yeah, that is much tighter. Look at that. That's tighter than what it was originally, so let's apply a little more. Again, this is the first time I'm using either one of them, so I don't know how they're going to work or if they'll work. So let's move that joint around, get that Kiki all the way in there. It is a little bit of a shame. It leaves a little bit of a residue, but that it wipes off no problem, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, that worked really quickly. Like, his leg isn't as loose anymore. Huh, that's actually really surprising to me. We fix up the knee. I might apply a little more into the knee, but that worked like a charm. So We applied the Kiki, that seems to be working wonderfully, so let's actually apply the D-Stars Fixer Elixir onto the very loose right knee, and we'll see how it compares to the Kiki. And so here we have the D-Star Fixer Elixir, and what we're just going to do is the same thing as the Kiki. We're going to apply it very liberally right now. We don't want to overdo it. Just get it in there as much as we can. Just apply it. And I'm being really liberal with this because I don't know how well it's going to work, if it's going to work. I mean, I did see D-Star's video on both of them, but you really don't know how something is going to react until you have it in person. And let's see, that actually did work surprisingly well. Now I do have to apply a few more coats to it, but yeah, that actually is tightening the joint, so let's apply it just a little more inside there. And just like with the Kiki, I'm noticing this does leave a little bit of a residue, but we can clean that off with a paper towel in a little bit. Just apply very liberally, get it all up in that joint, and don't drop the applicator. So let's move that around. Oh, you can see I applied a little bit too much there. I'll actually wipe that down in a little bit, but yeah, it is starting to work, and look this way, get it all in there. Yeah, that's actually tightening the joint really nicely. So overall, I think both of them are working surprisingly well. You just gotta work it in as much as you can, but I'm actually really happy with the results I'm getting here. So both of them are working, that's the good thing about it. I think I just need to apply a little bit more right here, because that's still kind of a loose joint right there, so apply just a little bit there. You can see it's already going into the joint. I do like seeing that. It's nice and smooth. And once again, I'm being very liberal with this because, again, I don't know how well it's going to work, but it does seem to be working, and there doesn't seem to be any residue on the figure, so that's a good thing. And yeah, that loose knee is starting to go away. I do have to apply, I guess, another coating of the Fixer Elixir, but that is working. Like, you can see it's not as loose as it was, and yeah, it's surprisingly works well, and I do like that. So overall, I'm actually happy with the results. I'm still gonna keep working this knee just because it is a little bit stiff, but once I get just the right amount in there, it should work fine. So what we're gonna do is actually wait 24 hours and see how this actually did turn out. So hopefully it does come out nice. We're gonna shut the camera off really fast, and I'm gonna keep working on these, and tomorrow we'll actually see how well each one did. So for you, it's gonna be about 1 second. For me, it's gonna be a full 24 hours. So sit tight, guys, and let's see how this turns out. And so here we are, 24 hours removed from applying the D-Star Fixer Elixir and the Kiki to the Big Chap alien here, and I've got to say, which one is worth the buy in my honest opinion? Both of them, actually. They both did a wonderful job fixing Big Chap here. Now, I will go over a couple of things I didn't notice about it. If you don't apply Kiki properly, I don't know if you can see it right here, but there is just a little bit of residue right here on the inside where it didn't get all the way in and it just sat there. You can clean that off while it's wet with a paper towel, or you can try to scrape it off with your fingernail. Do be aware that if you don't apply it properly, you will see this really slight film right there. It's removable. It's not going to damage the figure. And let's actually take a look at the knees, because that was the problem with this figure. Both knees were horrendously floppy. I'm actually shaking the Xenomorph pretty hard, and yeah, these knees are not moving. I think both Kiki and the Fixer Elixir did a really wonderful job, although I do need to point out a couple of things right here. We don't lose any range, and that's a really stiff joint right there now. You can see I do have to put a little bit of effort to move it, but it's not loose anymore, and that's something I really do like. This left side I did apply the Kiki Fixer, which is this one right here. And on the right leg we did apply the D-Star Fixer Elixir. Now, one thing I will mention about this is that the Fixer Elixir seems to leave more residue on the figure. Now, it might just be the big chap right here is solid dark plastic, but if I bend the knee like this, you can see there is some residue right there on the knee, and that's something I do want to mention about it. We turn it around. That isn't gloss from the figure, that's actually part of the Fixer Elixir, so there is some residue right here. The more coats you apply, the more I'm pretty sure that it's going to show. And in case you guys didn't notice, I had to apply a lot of layers to this particular joint, especially down here. This knee was absolutely frustrating. It was bad, but now if you look, it doesn't move, and it hinges properly. And even moving it around, I've played with it for a while, that joint is not gonna move anymore unless you make it move. So which one do I recommend you pick up and spend your hard-earned money on? Well, either one of them is actually going to do the job that you needed to. Now, there are a couple of downsides to both of them. Right now, you can't get hold of Kiki. I actually picked this up back in January, I think it was. Didn't really have a figure that I needed this for, but then we have Big Chap here, so I was going to use Kiki just on Big Chap, but then I did see D-Star put up the Fixer Elixir joint compound, which I had to give both of them a try, and honestly, they both did a really wonderful job fixing up Big Chap here. So Kiki right now you can't get because this does come from Taiwan, and he's not shipping anymore right now because of the Comic-Con. The D-Star Fixer Elixir might be your best bet if you're here in the United States. However, at the time I'm making this video, I did purchase the last 2 bottles of the Fixer Elixir from the D-Star website. So if you are looking for it, you're going to have to DM D-Star and see when he's going to make some more and when he's going to be able to ship it. Either way, I do recommend both the D-Star Fixer Joint Compound and the Kiki Loose Joint Fixer. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000, and I highly recommend getting hold of the D-Star Fixer Elixir and the Kiki Joint Compound because they both work wonderful. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other figure fix-up and customizations. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.